Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play some mono-white tokens. So, this is a deck that was not good enough, not fast enough in the pre-ban meta against a lot of the aggressive decks, but now is fast enough because, as the meta slowed down, is good enough because of all the carrot cake tokens that we can put out, and then we can copy with Caretaker's Talon, then follow that up with the Overlord of the Mistmoors insect tokens, and it's just enough tokens for us to last a very long time against a lot of the aggressive decks in the metagame. But you might think, well, that's good enough, but how do you fight against combo decks and control decks? Well, we got Fountainport against control decks, just continuously outputting 1-1 will ensure that our opponent loses out on value and eventually gets overwhelmed by our board. Voice of Victory also does pretty well against control decks because, well, they can't cast spells on our turn. Guess what? That's going to make it very difficult to control our aggressive push. And then, against combo decks, well, all combo decks right now are graveyard combo decks, so we got one Rest in Peace and two Ghost Vacuums to stop exactly that from happening, and that hopefully would be good enough. So let's talk about the whole deck list, shall we? So turn one, if we're interacting, we have to have one of the three lay down arms to exile their creatures. Obviously, on turn one, this can only exile one mana card, so we're not really going to play lay down on turn one unless they have a one mana like the Heartfire Hero, but an unbanned version of that somehow. I'm not sure if there is one that we need to hit, maybe a Cecil, but then, lay down arm would be very good later on as we get more and more planes. It could be a 1 mana removal for a 4 or 5 mana card. Then we also have one of the two Ghost Vacuum that we can play on turn one. This deck definitely want to just throw out Ghost Vacuum right away because it's not a control deck, it's more of a tempo deck, and it wants to hit the 1, 2, 3, 4 in play. So we don't really want to hold back on our Ghost Vacuum mana. And if our opponent has removal, so be it. It's not the end of the world for us. And Ghost Vacuum is pretty good at just keeping those combo decks at bay. Turn 2, we want to hit one of our 4 carrot cakes. That's definitely what we want to do because this could help us fix our draw, hit the lands that we need, and actually kind of go off from there. This deck definitely needs land number 3, and land number 3 can help us find land number 4. But the tricky part is to find land number 3 with land number 2 on the carrot cake. That's the main thing. But, of course, sometimes you can't do that because you're going second, your opponent's mono black, and they're going to annex. So maybe you hold up 2 mana so that you can get lost their annex on their turn 3. So that's why we also have 4 get lost in the deck. And then we have 3 Voice of Victory. So if our opponent's not doing much, and there looks like a control deck holding up counter spells, Voice of Victory is also pretty good at stopping their counter spells. And then we have one Rest in Peace, Resto Piso, just to make sure all the combo decks cry in their peaceful sleep. And then going to 3 mana, we have 4 Caretaker's Talon. Obviously, this is the most important card off the deck to keep the whole deck working, right? Caretaker's Talon, whenever a token come in, on our side, we draw a card, and it triggers once a turn. Once our turn, once our opponent's turn. So we can draw a lot of cards with this. Level 2 is to copy a token, which obviously, a lot of people think it's good. I actually don't think it's that good. I wish we could skip level 2 and just jump to level 3 right away, because level 3 is all tokens we get +2/+2, which if we have just a bunch of small rabbits, they'll overwhelm them, because now there's 3/3 rabbits, and 3/3 rabbits are scary. Alright, we also have 3 Enduring Innocence, which combos pretty well with Voice of Victory as well. So both Caretaker's Talon and Enduring Innocence triggers off small creatures coming in. Caretaker's Talon trigger off tokens, so even if we get like a Get Lost map token, that still works. But Enduring Innocence only triggers off small creatures. But guess what? Voice of Victory, when he attacks, that Mobilize is a small creature token. So it'll trigger either of these, and that's how we get land 2, or turn 2 into our turn 3 play, and get a lot of card draw from there. But if we need to remove stuff from our opponent's side, we also have 3 split up in the deck. 3 split ups to split up our cards from our opponent's cards. So as we attack, we destroy all untapped creatures, or as we block, then we can destroy all tapped creatures. That's kind of the idea. I don't know how good this is in the current meta. I'm going to try it out, and I guess we'll find out. Then we have one Beza. This is kind of one of the trickier cards in the deck that I see a lot of decks run, and that's why I didn't want to fully cut, but I'm not sure how relevant Beza is in this deck, because we got the life gain in Enduring Innocence. We got the token generator in Voice of Victory, Caretaker's Talon, all that. We don't really need that treasure because we're not a control deck. And card draw is nice, but this deck is chock full of card draws already. So I'm not sure how relevant Beza is, but Beza is a very good card, so I feel bad cutting it. And of course, we can also have, on turn 4, one of the 3 Overlord and Mistmoors on the Impending, which get us 2/1/1 insects. And in 4 turns, we also get a 6/6 Overlord. And then we have the 5 mana play, which is 3 Elspeth Stormslayer, which is, you know, the win con, and then 2 Sunfall to wipe the board and also generate a token to activate or trigger all of our token generation synergies. And then for the land base, we're just going to run 24 lands for a pretty tempo deck, 18 plains, 2 demo fields, and then 4 Fountainports to round out the deck. And that's the whole idea of the deck. I think it's a pretty straightforward and simple mono-white tokens deck. And I want to see how well this can do in the current matchup, or in the current metagame, matching up against, you know, a lot of the graveyard decks and a few of the aggro. But I think most decks are graveyard decks. So obviously, Rest in Peace and Ghost Vacuum should stop that. And their overwhelming value should stop a lot of control or even aggro decks from dominating us. So that's the whole idea. Let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Aku, Standard Bearer. Just gonna bear the Aku. Okay, Ghost Vacuum. Now that we're not playing Omniscience, it's gonna be right in our opening hand. Remember that one day where Ghost Vacuum was our opener every game? That was fun. Do I keep this hand? I guess Ghost Vacuum stops most combo decks. And I do have a Get Lost against potentially aggro and Overlord the Mistmoors to kind of back that up. If I draw land number 4, so I'm gonna keep. Man, I should change my name to Samurai Jack. That way I can stop the evil. That is Aku. Well, doesn't get more evil than roping on your mulligan. Opponent definitely does not want to be a good player. We'll say hi, it will be nice. Green-white. We throw the vacuum against green-white. I'm gonna... It's probably... What's her name? Yuna? Nowadays, green-white's most likely Yuna. Starting now. I still think it's Yuna. FOMO. Yeah, it is Yuna deck. Let's take that out. No graveyards for you. Alright, this is our turn to get lost something. Dredger's Insight. Oh, it's Terra. I'll take it. Do we get lost the FOMO here? I mean, I'm gonna take this Joshua out first. You gain that life. You enjoy gaining that life. And I'll take out the FOMO. Because I want to Caretaker's Talon this turn. And he's probably just gonna Terror this turn. Yeah. What did he mill? Oh, Knights. Returns Knights. He's gonna try to hardcast Knights? Don't know about that. I mean, he can get there, right? It's a non-zero amount of mana. Costs 4 to flip. So he's not gonna be able to flip next turn. Let's start exiling stuff from his graveyard. I'd take a FOMO. I drew a land. That was not great. But he can't flip yet. He can Yuna this turn, but you know, we gotta Ghost Vacuum for his Yuna. You can put a map token on Terra, you know, just chump it. Or no chumps necessary. Well, no double chumps necessary. Single chump will do here. Esper Origin. He cannot hardcast Esper Origin, so we got that going. Two mana. Another 4. That's all 4. That's all 4. He's got lands, enchantment creatures, and instants. Let's take out the Esper Origin. Oh, I got a Rip. Rip is real nice. So what do we do here, right? Do we want him to flip Terra? I kind of do. So let's see. Yeah, let's do this. Get a copy of this so we can draw a card. It's a land. It's fine. We got 2 mana for the Rip. And then 2 more mana for... yeah, 2 more mana for the... What does it even do? Create a token as a copy of non-legendary enchant. Definitely want to Rip. Do I want to attack is the question. I guess it doesn't matter, he can't block. Gain all that life. If I get lost or you want to flip Terra, it would be a terrible idea to flip Terra. But he might do it. He's looking at his Terra. Flipping his Terra. And it got lost. In the middle of trying to flip, his Terra got lost. Haha! Now what? Now we draw a plane. That's now what? Okay, I can't make tokens. These are not tokens, right? Put each card back, and each of these are not tokens. So I don't think that's... Well, I mean, I kind of can get the FOMO and the Joshua. Those are pretty good cards for me to hit. Because if he kills it... I don't need the Ghost Vacuum now that I have Rip. I think this is a better play. Discard a card to draw a card. I don't need all these lands. Discard up to 2 cards, I'll just discard 1. Alright, those are way better cards. I guess he's waiting for his Knights of the Round, which makes sense, but... You know, we got Flyers. These guys can die, they don't serve any purpose. Other than giving me some card draw here. But I got a whole Sunfall for Knights of the Round when it comes out. Hardcast Overlord. Alright. That's the battle you want to fight. He actually doesn't have... No, he does have 7. So he will have 8 next turn for Knights of the Round. Gotta be careful. We Fountainport here. I mean, we could Overlord. That would give us 2 Overlord. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea, though. We don't get any tokens from this. We could just Fountainport for the tokens. I don't need the life. But the Overlord of the Broiler Briggles is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. That's not an easy thing to fight. This is only 4 mana. I guess we have to do this. No, it doesn't draw us a card either. So only Fountainport draws us potentially a card. And then we'll have 3 mana left for something. Potentially. Yeah, it did not. That did not work out the way I wanted to. So I'm not going to attack. He does have to get his Boiler Briggle in the attack. So if it comes into the attack, he will die. He might play Knights of the Round here. It's just coming in. Alright, it's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's block like this and see what he has. Because I don't want to give out my Overlord of the Mistmoors if I don't have to. Maybe he protects the boiler? No. Doesn't protect the boiler. And he has a 2 damage spell. He needs to do something. The Caretaker's Talon will overwhelm. There's a torch. Alright. Torch means he cannot play the Knight. Esper Origin, it just exiles. So he just surveils 2 and gain 2 life. Which is terrible, because he just basically puts 2 cards away. Anything else? Joshua. It is a 3/4, but I don't know what else he can do. I don't think he drops Knights, right? So when he flips, it does 2 damage to each opponent. It's not much. You keep Terra? Oh man, you don't keep Terra. That's not a good idea. Okay, so I don't actually have much here, so we will just Elspeth. None of those things fly, so yeah, I'll just Elspeth here. Puts a lot of power on board and I draw a card. I did not think about the Fountainport. Oh, you know what? Let's put a voice. I know what he's gonna draw, so it doesn't matter here. Sure. Elspeth will just replenish that. There's the Knights. Very scary. Look at those. Indestructible. Well, he's gonna regret this. I've been holding on to that Sunfall for a while. Oh, and a split up. That's nice. I don't even think I want a Ghost Vacuum here. It doesn't do me any good to Ghost Vacuum. And Terra basically just mills 5 for him for no reason. Not a good start. Yeah, Rip is very good against the curve, man. Maybe I need more Rips. I did have Ghost Vacuum early enough. Second Boiler Briggle. Why not? 4 damage to Elspeth? Okay. These are 2 8/8s. I don't know how you plan on fighting these 2 8/8s. I don't think they can. Because we'll just fly.
Strike from the heavens.
This is, you know, more than lethal. GG. Good game, you cheating Overlord unit deck, you. Alright, our opponent is Kronar. We go first. Look, Graveyard Hate. Definitely not playing against Omniscience again. Here, we'll start hating right now. I'm a hateful person. Mako. Okay. This is a matchup where the Graveyard Hate can actually do something. No, I need lands. I'm actually gonna sack the Caretaker upkeep just to get a land. Another Mako. He's gonna discard a card. Those Makos are gonna get big. Yeah, right? Oh, man, I'm gonna get mana screwed this game. If it's not one thing, it's another. We made it all to the 3 mana realms. Not sure if that's gonna do it, but it's something. He's gonna grow his Mako now? No, he's just gonna torch. I mean, that's not a very useful play, but okay. It's a non-zero amount of play, I suppose. Yeah, I made it to the 3 mana round, but now I'm in the 4 mana 3 mana waiting room for the 4 mana. Draconautics Engineer. Okay, so, I mean it is the Izzet, the not the Izzet deck. What do you call that? The Cauldron deck. keep his graveyard skinny as much as I can. Yep, I knew this was gonna happen. I could split this up. Do I need to split it up though? Wouldn't it be better just to Enduring Innocence it here? I mean, I don't really need this 1/1. He could have a Spell Pierce, then I'll get God. This is kind of tricky. You know what? I'm gonna play Innocence and block with it. You know, unless he plays a Cauldron. Then we're gonna do something against the Cauldron, I suppose. There's the Vivi. Oh. That's funny. Land number 4. It's also funny. So I guess I want to attack. Not letting Vivi live. Throw out untapped creatures. I'm pretty sure he wants a Cauldron, so I'm gonna do this in, first, so that I don't just have to stare at him. I don't really mind if he gets a Draconautics underneath it. Yeah. Now that we have 4 mana, everything's kind of live. I say that, but it's no guarantee. Overlord the Mistmoors, I draw a card. Until he plays Cauldron, I gotta do something. Alright? You could flashback the what is this? Dragon Hunt? What did I even do? Kill my Enduring Innocence? I don't think I care. Place another Vivi. That part I do care about. Alright, let's take out the Dragon Hunt. Don't want him to have that. Do we get lost to Vivi here? I mean, I definitely don't want him to keep the Vivi up, so... I suppose we get lost to Vivi. Well, we can. Also play Caretaker's Talent. It's not much. Yeah, if he plays a Cauldron, I will in response goes Vacuum. I don't know what I was thinking before. Dude! That's the 3rd Vivi. Dude just does not stop. There's the Cauldron. Take this V. Oh, thank God. Alright, so this is something. Did we attack first? I don't think he's gonna block. No blocks. I couldn't trick him. Oh well. We're gonna Sunfall. Alright, 3 VVs down. Split up. That might be able to kill the next VV. He's gonna play his Cauldron. I got an in response. Take out the Draconautic Engineer. And then we guess we kind of just stare at each other. Prop! Okay. Not Cauldron yet. Maybe he's holding back on the Cauldron for now. Cauldron. Let me exile your activated ability. Now we'll stare at each other. Lay down arms. That's something. Do I want to play voice here? I will play voice. I'll hold up the demo field for Soulstone Sanctuary so that I'll break it in response. That means I'm not doing anything else. And I also get Overlord and Mistmoors. Yeah, I don't get the Caretaker's talent trigger this turn, but it's worth it to keep up a removal for the Soulstone Sanctuary. The Soul Cauldron is dead because I will exile stuff in response to him exiling stuff. Glacial Dragon Hunt. Cool. So he wants to break the voice. Which, I mean, it's something, but it's not really good enough, I think. Didn't even discard! Keeping my voice? Tursa. How many cards in his graveyard? 3. You're not gonna get to 7 this turn. Only discard 1 card. So now there's 4 cards in his graveyard. Prophet's gonna trigger twice, so this will be a 5/5. That and GG. Graveyard hate kills every deck. Alright, our opponent is Jacer. Jacker? Whatever it is. Are we gonna get color screwed again? Jesus Christ. Alright, let's do it. There's the planks. I hope we don't get color screwed. We do have a demo field to stop that from happening. Optimistic Scavenger. Did we get rid of the Scavenger? Let's put the voice out there. Maybe he'll try to use a shelter. Feathers Fly, even better. Well, I mean, I say that, but it's not really that useful right now. I didn't draw 3 mana. Carrot Cake is okay. But then I won't be able to get the Scavenger, right? And I really want to get the Scavenger. Because it flies. And I definitely don't want to give him a mana. So... I mean, okay, that was a mistake. I forgot I had voice. I could definitely give him a mana. Yeah. Should have think a little bit harder. Not my strong suit. Thinking hard is not really what I'm good at. So we'll Carrot Cake here. Cannot get a flame. Mobilize! We're both at 17 now. Brought him back to our level. What the hell is this? Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample. Double Strike, Vigilance, and Trample. I would just draw. Really won't let us hit the lands with it. If I had 2 planes, this whole game would have been different. But instead, they decided to troll me with a bunch of nonsense. I wonder if he blocks a Vindicator onto the voice. That would be really... Okay, he didn't even block at all. Sure. He wants to trample me to death in 1 turn. Maybe he's going to hold up a protection spell. Oh, a shelter. Get lost. Get lost won't hit it. Straw untapped creatures. Does he have some fringe indestructible thing? I'm pretty sure it's Shardmage's Rescue. Yeah, that's just hexproofing. That's not gonna save it. Okay. What the hell was that? Jesus! Stop mana screwing me! How many games have I been that was mana screwed? Alright, finally. After yelling at them. Oh, god damn. This is like the 4th game where I drew like 2.5 land. Do we do it again? Do we Enduring Innocence again? Do we Caretaker's Talent here? I mean, oh, he can't do anything on my turn anyways. I draw a card. I draw another card. Do we copy or do we make a token? Well, I mean, I already drew a card, so maybe I just hold up to get lost. No way. Ah, this is a good card to keep. I don't know what our opponent's trying to play here. Shardmage's Rescue is not, you know, gonna protect against Indestructible. Threat Portal Black. Why not? Going all out. Alright, he has nothing to play. We can copy our token to draw a card. And then give all of our tokens. This is lethal, right? I can do math. I think I can do math. We'll find out. We'll find out whether or not I can do math. So those are like 3/3s, yeah. It's way more than lethal. GG. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Break Stuff. Well, let's see who's breaking stuff. Alright, there's 18 planes in his deck. Do you see this hand here? Oh my god. Okay, let's see what we can do. I think there's only 2 demo fields in the deck too, so they're both here. They're here to say hi. Guess we can draw cards with Caretaker's Talent, assuming our voice lives. Free card draw. Not gonna say no to that, even though it still can't draw planes. Really? No way. Yo. Is our opponent just about that? Alright. Draw 2 cards here. Watch me draw 2 useless cards. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're useless, but could have been better. He's gonna try to reanimate Gishaw. We can get lost in a response. Well, not in response, but before he attacks. Oh, that was fun. Alright, our opponent is Devin. Devem. Is this Rydia? I think that's Rydia. Alright, we go first. 1 Carrot Cake. It's a little bit of, you know, card fixing. And it's a mirror match. I think it's a mirror match. I don't think any other deck would play on white 1. White 1? 1 white mana right away. So I guess we keep this Carrot Cake. Help us dig deeper. Voice. Voice is annoying, but luckily we got Lay Down Arm. And then we Carrot Cake again. Don't want that no more. I think we sack a cake and I'll keep. Yes, I got 2 cakes. But you have more life than me, so shouldn't be too worried about those cakes. Rip. Not in this matchup. Hold up a get lost. Maybe we'll get lost something. Who's gonna play Beza? He's gonna not play anything. Alright, we'll hold up the Caretaker then. Looks like there's a stick, but it could just be Fountainport. It was just Fountainport. He's gonna block? Oh, that's not a good idea. I mean, we'll let our opponent do what he wants. Copy one of the rabbits. I already play a land, right? Unfortunate. If I could play another land, I could turn on the Caretaker on his turn. That would draw me an extra card, and a lot of good things will happen. Right now, we're at the mercy of whether or not our opponents get lost. They do have to get lost. And they have their own Caretaker. And they keep to the top. And they have a second Fountainport. That's real unfortunate. I mean, I kind of lose it. Let's break that. Please don't be a land. Oh boy. That's what's up, that's what's up. He didn't crack his cake. Should have cracked his cake. Now he's gonna lose his bunny for no reason. Maybe he has an Elspeth here. I mean, it would make sense to play an Elspeth here, right? Has a lot more cards than me. Lay down arm, okay. Is that all? He sees the Caretaker's Talon, right? Lay down arm again. Okay, lay down arm a third time. I'm at 32 because of all that lay down arm. Does he have another get lost? I do want that. I do want that card. Leveling this up might have been wrong though. Because now I don't have get lost up. Okay. Ghost Vacuum. I mean, I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. Neither does he. Sure. If you think that helps. Good luck with you. Do I want to hold up a get lost here? I think I potentially do. He doesn't want it on top. It's a pretty drawn out game, but I have double his life. And each have a Fountainport. Good. I'm not touching my graveyard this game, so you do you, buddy. It's not very good. That is good though. So I can attack for 1. You can block and sack. Yeah, I mean it is what it is, right? He has to block and sacrifice. He can't just block and make another 1/1 because then he loses the card. I just have a Caretaker. And this will help me draw more cards even on his turn. So that's good. Okay. That's the third Fountainport he found. Guess we gotta have to overwhelm him somehow. Not with the land, I won't. Lay down arms. Also, that won't do it. Your loss won't do it, but it's a good start. It just says can't face spells. That doesn't do much. I could get lost, but no. It's not a good idea here. You sack it for a card. He's waiting for his Sunfall, right? It's down to 7. Definitely a Sunfall coming at some point. There it is. Oh boy. That's a card. Oh, sees Elspeth and quits. I mean, we drew a lot more cards than they did. I don't know if our draws were better or if we played better, but definitely mirror match where we came on top. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those token-heavy games, how does this deck feel? I gotta say, I gotta cut a few of those games out. I got really frustrated because for 4 games in a row, I was mana screwed and, believe it or not, color screwed. Somehow I dropped 1 Plains and then 2 Demo Field and 2 or 3 Fountainports in any of those games. And that's just so frustrating because, you know, if you don't get the color and Enduring Innocence costs 2 white pip and Split Up costs 2 white pip and Overlord the Mistmoors costs 2 white pip, you're going to fall so far behind. And even after we Demo Field just to get that white mana, guess what? We're already too far behind and the game is over. And that's so frustrating. And that's not to say bad things about this deck. That was just my experience today, right? There's 18 Plains in the deck. You shouldn't be color screwed. But I got color screwed anyways. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about that. I already encountered it, already experienced it myself. Now, as far as if assuming we don't get color screwed, how good this deck is, I think it's very good. I think it's very strong. But there are a few things I would like to alter. Number 1, the Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory is an insane card. So I want to run 4 off. I don't know if 3 is enough, but you know, this is one card where it's a little bit tricky. If our opponent is control, Voice of Victory is so good. But if our opponent is aggro, it's 2 mana 1/3, which does not do much on the blocking side, especially with a lot of flyers running around. So Voice of Victory, it's questionable whether we want to cut it down to 2, add it up to 4, but definitely something to look at. Split Up is a card that I want to cut entirely out of the deck. I think it's good, but I don't know. It has never been good in any of the matchups I had today, just because number one, it's pretty easy to play around. And number two, a lot of times our opponent already sees it coming because they have duress or some sort of Thoughtseize effect to look at our hand, or they only have one creature, which in which case split up's not as good as a get lost. Right? So yes, it is a pretty all catching spell, but I'm not sure if we want 3 split up. At least I want to cut it down to 2 split up. And same thing can be said about Elspeth. Elspeth 3 is very good, but I don't think Elspeth is, we need 3 Elspeths. I think going down to 2 is enough, because usually when we land Elspeth just once, we already won. So when you have 3 off in a deck, it means that you want to play multiple. When you have 2 off in a deck, you want to draw at least 1. Right? So that's kind of the idea. And then Beza, I want to cut entirely. I was right in the intro. I don't think this deck needs Beza. Even though Beza is an incredible card, it just doesn't fit that well in this deck. We're a token generator, so we would have a lot more token. And chances are we're not going to have less creature than our opponent. Right? And we do have a little bit of life gain, so chances are we're not going to have less life than our opponent because of Enduring Innocence and things like that. And, we draw a lot of cards, so chances are we're not going to have less cards than our opponent. And at most, we get a treasure. 4 mana to get a treasure is not a good split. So I don't think we want Beza in this deck. And here's what I do want, though. I do want another Rest in Peace. Resto Piso is so good. I think a lot of the matchups, even if we're mana screwed, just be able to slam a Rest in Peace would mean that our opponent just quits. So I want another Rest in Peace. That's for sure. And then I want to have an Ultima. Either 1 or 2 Ultima. Maybe we cut down to Sunfall, so it's 1 Sunfall, 1 Ultima. Maybe we keep 2 Sunfall and add 1 more Ultima in the deck, because I want to kill artifacts. This deck does not kill artifacts, and that was something that I was kind of worried about when I was looking at the deck list here. Ultima, if you don't remember what it does, right here. Ultima destroys all artifact and creature and end the turn. I think that is a very important card to have in this deck because, well, there's a lot of blue-white artifacts running around. It's pretty high up on the tier list, and people are copying that. And if you slam an Ultima, your opponent will quit. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good card to have. So that is the idea of this deck. Oh, one more thing. Color Screwed is annoying. I would say maybe we cut down 1 Fountainport and 1 Plague and put in 2 Myrics. I know Myrics is rotating out, but right now, Myrics is still very good in the matchups, and Myrics doesn't actually cost us life. We rarely ever got to use the sacrifice a token to draw a card side of this deck because, well, Caretaker style already draws us cards. We have a lot of ways to draw cards, so I don't think that's necessary, and we just want our lands to produce the white mana because somehow in this monocolor deck that was an issue today. Really, that's how I feel about this deck. I don't think this deck is gonna have any issue moving forward into the rotation. Most cards are rotation proof here, so I think we'll be okay. But we'll see. We do lose, I think, Lay Down Arm, which is a pretty important removal. And we will lose, I think we keep Demo Field. I'm not sure. Demo Field, this card is rotating out, but there might be another version of Demo Field in Foundations that's staying. So I think we're fine with that, right? And we will also lose another card. I don't remember what it was. Is it? No, it's not this. Sunfall. That's the biggest, most important card in the deck. I forgot about it. Yeah, we will also lose Sunfall. So when that happens, just slot in all the Ultimas and just watch that grind go. Right? We don't really need this token generation. All the cards in the deck generates tokens anyways. That's how I feel about this deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.